Hi everyone, today I want to give you a guide how to defeat Ragnaros in the new Warcraft Rumble raid. He will be the last boss of the Molten Core raid, so he will be quite hard, but it's definitely possible even as a free-to-play player, so don't be discouraged and try it out. He has 4 phases, and in all of them he will spawn Molten Giants, Dark Iron Miners, Fire Hammers, Pyromancers and Flame Walkers, and he will also spawn core hounds in later phases, and at the start he has 4 flame walkers which are going directly to your base. In the first phase he starts submerged and you have to defeat Majordomo Executus to make him appear, and afterwards you will fight for the towers which you have claimed in the meantime and will cast a stone rain on them, which does a lot of damage against them. And if he reclaims the tower or his mini reclaim a tower, he will start to cast a shockwave to the other side. So for example, if you claim the top right corner tower and he reclaims it, he will cast a shockwave which he sends to the left side. When you have done enough damage to push him into the third phase, he submerges again and summons Sons of Flame, which are basically fire elementals with an immolation aura, which deal damage to everything which is what's near them. When you have defeated them, he appears again, and the core hounds start to appear. When you push him into the last phase, he summons Sons of Flame again, and but he doesn't submerges, so you don't have to defeat the Sons of Flames, but you definitely can. We are using a Rend and Emperor deck. In my opinion, this is not optimal, but I have used my boost slot and most of my diamond slots on Rend because I thought he would be really good. You can play around with it a little bit, but he's not really that mandatory. The most important mini is Meatwagon because it can attack Ragnaros from afar. You have to deploy him on the correct location. You will see it later in the video. Otherwise, Blizzard is really important because it can deal with their backline units pretty good, and Safe Pilot and X will support it with it a little bit. Otherwise, Fire Elemental is there to tank the Sons of Flame. They have resistant, and with the Meatwagon as support, they're pretty good. You can go with Gargoyle, for example, there as well, with the Rend player, but we have decided to use the Fire Elemental for this time. Otherwise, Banshee is really good to deal with Molten Giants and their Core Hounds. You can use, for example, Harpies there as well. Both players must have a Dark Iron Miner to have the economy to not be overwhelmed from the minis which Ragnaros throws at you. Otherwise, Execute is really important because in the last phase, Ragnaros will start to cast the Stone Rain on your core as well, so you have to raise him and kill him as fast as possible, so Execute will help there really good. Yeah, my part will be mainly to deal with the backline units, so the Flamewakers, Pyromancers and Firehammers. His part will be mainly to deal with Core Hounds, Mountain Giants and Flamewakers. Yeah, at first we have to deal with Flamewakers which are coming, so I put down Rend to the right. To deal with those two, put an Execute on Majordomo, putting down WebX. Pretty much a hard counter to the Flamewakers. Yeah, the Webex are pretty good against the Flamewakers and also the Pyromancers when you drop it directly on top of them. The exploding damage and the damage from the first shot should be enough to kill them. Yeah, I'm focusing on the backline units here again, executing Majordomo. When you have dealt with him, you can start to mine on the other side of the map It's pretty important to always have enough gold and steal the gold from him. He has a lot of miners coming to your side. Blizzard is the main way to deal with the fire hammers. Sometimes a blizzard only fire hammer because they're the most scary ones. Yeah, here I'm dropping the X on the Pyromancer. Here's a deploy zone for the meat wagon, so they can directly attack Ragnaros. It's Flamewaker coming. Again, wildbacks are pretty important for it. Big cluster of unit means Blizzard. And when they have a Firehammer in there especially. Yeah, my mate is doing a good job in taking control of everything that comes in melee. Yeah, here we are going into the next phase. So meat wagons do a lot of damage against those. Here's a fire elemental for the left side. Sons of Flame. Now we're putting down a damaging meat wagon. Always take control of the backline units. I think the most important part is to deal with them when they are starting to spawn, so that they can't interfere with your units and your fight when they're coming near you. Here you can see again that you can deal with those. And sometimes it doesn't really work. I think it depends on the position. Not optional way to deal with it, but there's always room for improvement. Always trying to mine as much as possible. Try to protect your core. Yeah, way X were not that great, but I think it's enough space for 2 meat wagons to attack him directly. But you can't have enough meat wagons because they're pretty good against everything Rag spawns. He has no flying units, so meat wagons are pretty good. Always look out for good spots to mine. This is the first thing you forget and makes it really hard. Before deploying meat wagon, first scan for backline units, because it's more important to have them cleared, otherwise they are shredding through your meat wagons. Firehammer means Blizzard. Firehammer has a lot of HP. Pyromancer means Wildbacks. Or Safe Pilot. Yeah, here we are going into the last phase. pretty good that we're here in overtime, because we're getting a lot more gold then. It's much easier in overtime, but it's not needed, but it's a lot easier. It's a Son of Flame directly in your base, you have to deal with it, otherwise it will kill your core really fast. And then you have to start focusing on Rag, putting everything down directly in front of him so that he doesn't have the time to cast a Stone Rain on your base and try to distract the units a little bit and get all your executed and unbounce onto him. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.